Testing, testing. Mic check. 1, 2. This is a test for the live stream broadcast. Am I on? Can everyone hear me? I don't know, let me check. Okay, it works. We all know the drill. We are playing Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc once again. um, Hold on, I'll be right back. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Let me just for a moment. Okay. 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 So today we're playing Trigger Happy Havoc. Yippee! I'm gonna wait for a little bit before we start the game. And this time I came prepared with water in case my vocal cords start to die. I came prepared this time around. Okay. A few more seconds before we start. Before we start. Ba-da-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Damn, my voice is cringe. Okay, hold on. Let me just... Okay. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, right. I'm curious. What does this say? Leave me alone. Okay. Leave me alone. I'm just curious. Nothing interesting. Okay. Let's get into this game, shall we? Oh, fuck! Jesus Christ, that broke my ears. Okay. Ah, that's an odd pair. Okay, let me just test out if the game's audio quality is good. Yep, it is good. Okay. Welcome to the stream, Leafy the Leaf. I hope I spelled that right. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. We were here at the start of Deadly Life. I need some water. Time for emotional damage. Damn, the close-up. I actually forgot how the CGIs were in this game. I kind of almost forgot. Even if I've played through this chapter like 2 weeks ago, it still feels weird to look at these CGIs and compare them to the recent ones. Ah, I see. I have been in this fandom since 2020.
Dead?
Hi, Maki. Welcome to the stream.
She's really dead?
Yes, Aoi. Yes. I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. That's true. We didn't make it in time. It happened again. Muttering it to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wonder, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead, checking for pulse or a reaction? I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. And why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she was checking Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone. Ogre?
Yes.
Oh, she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed. I see. As soon as I arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you're going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her is not just someone in this room.
It's your fault.
It was one of you. Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, one of you killed Sakura. Whoa, Hina. Take a deep breath. What?
What?
You're accusing us before we even began the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything, because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it. I know it. You know it? Oh. Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on.
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer. That's right. It's the next Monokuma file. Jesus Christ, I hate this voice so much. And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin the little face of yours. Now then, with that hold on. there's something I want to ask you. Hmm? It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura?
Say what?
Haha. Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again, and
In
then...
other words.
Then I killed her?
Hmm?
Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. The whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that. It saved me the trouble of having to go through with her with our little fight. Cause even for someone like me, it would have been so mean feat to take you down a big mouth. I can't spell. Like that.
Hey.
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
Well.
So I don't know who it was, but whoever the Blacken is this time, I owe you one. Jesus Christ, I'm so tired of this voice. Please, Monokuma, leave as fast as possible because I am tired.
What is this?
You owe them one? Oopsies! Before you get all pissy-potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Cause I mean, your lives are all on the line, right? I hate this bear.
What is this?
You guys are chatting about Dandy's world, I see. That's nice. What the hell? He owes them one? I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind, after all. How could you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game have already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we couldn't do that, we're all dead. Then, let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Huh? Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura. Girl, you want to make me cry now. Holy shit, I'm gonna cry.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina is guard number 1. But we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
what?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order? Bro, what the hell, man? Why? Why are you doing that?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then, it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on! Before that, there's something I want to say. Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, and Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
Huh?
What?
It's your fault.
One of you killed Sakura. I won't let
forgive you.
someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force. You're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear.
I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Nope, don't really care. Shut up, shut up. And you, Hiro, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I?
It's all clear then.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive and to honor Sakura's memory. I adore their friendship so much. I adore it. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Welcome to the stream, Gacha with me. And yeah, it's that chapter. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen.
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
Listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura is not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. Well, that's ironic. Wait a minute. We have no choice but to just do it. Do it! Just do it! Okay. I'd better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. Okay, Maki, you are brightening up this depressing chapter by being silly, and I admire that. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of this school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. I can't join, sadly.
Hey,
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door has been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after burying the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words,
This is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life and right before our very eyes like this? If you think about it, sometimes movies are based after reality. So let's be real, it is kind of possible, but at the same time it can't really be possible. You know what I mean.
hey,
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind. Jesus Christ, Maki. Make sure your phone doesn't die because of it.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches includes using a steering or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
Ah, I see. Well, damn, we're getting crime classes with Kyoko. I'm not complaining, honestly. The second type is where the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door. Something like that.
However,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gaps that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That seems like it could have been possible, maybe. Danganronpa 2 Chapter 1 with the Teru, I guess.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked
In
room.
other words,
By that means there actually is an alternative escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but it's in reality is generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, there are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko. Which one of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during the trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. And the way the killer set up the locked room until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a rough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Okay, we have a napkin, I see. This looks like some kind of wrapper. Oh, it's a wrapper, not a napkin.
Huh?
That's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So I gave the candy to Sakura. I'm sorry to hear that, Maki. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like him. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on him. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try. Fuck, don't cry. Please don't cry. You're gonna make me cry too. But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. And now they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Bro. Don't make me cry like that. Okay. I think we should examine the room before we examine Sakura's dead body right now. Maki, you can talk as much as you want. I don't mind. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. This glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. No shit, Sherlock. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Who would want that? Who the fuck would want this? Where? Oh! There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how they get these figures inside the box? That's a stupid question, Makoto. It's like a ship in a bottle. Like that. That is a way to do so. It's no different from your... That's what I said! Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening and is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words.
So this is the Monokuma version of a Monokuma bottle, if you will. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figurine we found on the ground. The red shards of glass which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? Take a shot each time Makoto said Monokuma bottle. Take a shot each time he said that. Same. As much as I like Makoto, I would have loved her as a protagonist. But technically she is a protagonist in a novel. Maki, I'm not sure if you know about this, but there are a couple of novels named Danganronpa Kirigiri. I haven't read them because they're not officially translated, but I have heard they're really amazing and I really can't wait to see what they're all about. Which has Kyoko as a protagonist and another character. I don't know her name. So it would have been interesting. There's also a short game which isn't translated, but it's made by the same people and it's related to Kyoko. It's not much, but yeah. So I think it's safe to say that Monokuma bottle was the weapon. No shit, Sherlock! There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Is there anything else on this side? Oh, this! Huh? The locker's open. And there is on the inside... It's a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing there? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker. And they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hidden here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group?
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not possible. Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside. Oh yeah! And the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So then, there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Leave him alone at this moment. Like, there's a lot of stress that can happen and this shit. I could have sworn there is another... Oh, here, I think. No, I don't know. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the door.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments. Yeah, who isn't sad for Makoto in the anime? I am working on a video related to that. But I kinda took a break from it because there is a lot of animations I have to make for it. There's already... Wait, I'm an idiot. Let me think for a sec. Uh, 200 something. 200 something of screenshots for it.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. That was actually kind of silly. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is it?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around that can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be part of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around that can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So-
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take another note of it. Makoto, you can't be this stupid. You can't be this stupid to not realize why the shards being underneath is important. Because it means the fucking can was put after the glass broke. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. I'm not sure I see how. Makoto, you can't be this stupid. I love you, man, but you're stupid right now. Okay. Anything else we have to investigate on the floor around here? The magazines? Yeah, he should. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in his chair. There is obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what could have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to vomit blood? I don't think that's actually possible. I don't think that's actually possible. Unless I'm failing biology. Oh wait, I do kind of fail biology. Let's ignore that. Not a chance. Okay, Mr. Rich Boy, enlighten us. Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yeah, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Byakuya, if you're suggesting what I think you're suggesting, you're a fucking weirdo. Okay.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. Sakura, you have all my respect, but god damn it. God fucking damn it. And this is what happened. If I'd stop... Okay, now I'm gonna cry again. Aoi. Hina, please stop crying or else I'm gonna cry. Please. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon. That same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Kyoko, please try to cheer me up. Ah, okay, you didn't. But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
It took me, but okay, I'll shut up. Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what I'd said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped that note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Jeez, don't be an asshole. Okay, thanks. You didn't have to be an asshole, you know that? What else can there be for me to search? The clock? I don't see anything. Oh, wait, no. No, it's not what I thought it was. That is about it. Yeah, it is also open. My Discord is also open, but yeah. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mounting has been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window. Which happened, of course, when I broke it to go get inside. Okay, I get it, Makoto. You broke the window. Are you gonna keep telling us about your fucking strength? There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Anything else, because there is nothing else I can see in here. Unless I'm blind and I can't see shit. I get it.
What the heck?
Hey,
I am an idiot because I can't see anything else here. I'm just really looking at stuff.
so...
I'm an idiot because I don't know what else is there for me to search for. This chair? Oh, the chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string... In other words, there's no reason... I can't go outside until I finish examining this room. Finally! Something important. I can leave now?
Listen,
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave. No, my wife, no!
listen to me.
Which is why I decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. Yeah, the divorce arc isn't over yet. You are in the counseling arc right now. But she's right. I have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. They're no longer in the divorce era, they are in the couple counseling era. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Speed is key. Speed is key. Sayaka. Okay, wait, I have to look from here. So we have Kyoko, Kiyotaka, Makoto, Mondo, Sayaka, Byakuya, Mukuro, Toko. I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds... Not again. Who's there? Ugh, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well,
What do you want?
So you're back to normal.
Oh,
Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
she didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slittered out in the hall.
What do you want?
You said you want to talk to me about something. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. She wanted to meet with Master too. I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me what happened about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove... Okay, I know that. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreat in her room. Damn, okay. That's an interesting claim. Okay, so Chihiro, Celeste, Aoi, Sakura, Leon, Yasuhiro, and wow, Hifumi is right in the bottom of the room. Damn. I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds, what's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about Sakura wanting to meet with you. How do you know about that?
Could it be?
What, did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have you special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and meet with Sakura. No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious. That's a little sus.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look
I
at
haven't
me.
seen her since then. That's a motherfucking lie. And you know it. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have to? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come
Sorry,
on.
looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something has fell off of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Ah! Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come
Sorry,
on.
just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. Honestly, out of all three of them, Hiro is the most suspicious. Not gonna lie. Should I even be surprised? Should I even be surprised that he's the most suspicious at this point? So, well, if you excuse me, before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What now? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that... Ah, that's okay, I understand. Maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? That... Makoto, you're asking the fucking obvious at this point. Chem lab is right... right here. Okay, let's see. Chem lab, data lab, 4A, 4B, office, headmaster. We're going back because of that. Chem, okay. Oh shit! When did you came here? Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. You're not my boss. And second of all, brother, we are the same age. So don't treat me like I'm younger than you. Technically speaking, Makoto is older than Byakuya by a couple of months. I don't remember when Byakuya is born, but Makoto is born sometime in February. So technically speaking, I'm the sir here. Huh? Take that. That was stupid. This is the main thing we have to check. This is my first time seeing the shelf. You're not wrong, Makoto is fucking short. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like there 3 shelves had been connected together to... Okay, I get it. What's the powder that has been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle has a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at this point this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words,
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. So yeah, Byakuya is younger than Makoto. Ha! Take that. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. There are footprints, and there's only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to how kind of you to offer. Oh, that's cool. And I find it funny how basically this motherfucker manipulated us to do all the work. Okay, you're taking your role seriously, I guess. But you're still a lazy bitch, Byakuya. No offense to Byakuya lovers, by the way. I'm not really fond of the guy, but I don't care. He's alright. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Then, let's go. Chop chop. Ugh. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I've drawn up a sketch of the room. Makoto, you should have been the ultimate sketch artist at this point. You know what? It actually looks kinda neat. Not gonna lie. I appreciate it. So, how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. Sorry, Maki, I just had to say it. I love insulting Byakuya. Can you blame me? It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost of shelf. They came in and went straight into the shelf, did whatever they had to do, then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's
Makoto, are they
possible.
yours? No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya had said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Gee, thanks! Unfortunately, I must admit they are not your footprints. Unfortunately? What does that mean? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. No shit, Sherlock! Let's see what's on this shelf. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicine. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All these containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. Wait a second, that's a C! That is a fucking C over there! I see. That's a fucking C! So I guess I can consider this part of the shelf until section A. But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? So on this shelf is, it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. I would have called you stupid, Makoto, but I also don't know, so I'm stupid too. They're reagents. But simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be a bliss. Well, Byakuya, I also didn't know about this shit either. We barely do any kind of shit in chemistry class, thank you very much. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practice appliance in the real world? I mean, you're not wrong on that.
That's fine.
The world of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. You're the loser, because you call me a loser. A loser is someone who calls someone else a loser. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number, so I guess I can consider this part of the shelving until section B. I see. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. on this shelf is one look at it and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poison and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled. Okay, I get it. Yeah. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section B has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with a label from C section. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? Take a shot each time the word section has been said. There's definitely something going on there. Yep. Am I done yet? Fuck off! I think I checked enough from here. What, you want me to search this? Because I don't think there's anything else I should search here. Ah, you want to look at powder as if it's drugs. I see. I should probably take a good and hard look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled... Yeah, I'm not reading this because it seems pointless for me to repeat this. Am I done yet? Thank you. I can leave this ugly bitch alone now. Yippee. The rec room, I don't remember in which place was the rec room. Hold on. This is the music room. The rec room was on the 3rd floor, right? I don't remember. How do I know I had a map, but I can't open it. That's the art room. Okay. That's physics. Okay, I'm an idiot. Give me a second. Oh, here. I truly am an idiot. AFK for a moment. Okay?
Hey,
Guess who's back? Back again. What the fuck, Maki? Why are you gonna hunt me? Can't the person go to the bathroom in peace? What the hell? So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So, along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go out see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazine, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over once more. Okay. Let's start with the fucking shelves. Yeah, I can see it was a joke. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back this way on accident?
hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the invert magazine and flipped through it. This? On one of these pages near the center of this magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. Yeah. I can be that way. Funny. And it says Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying
however,
message. But just to be clear, I'm not sure the one who put it back upside down. It was clearly like this when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that? That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hadn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. I think Kyoko said she'd found a new clue. Okay. Well, hold on. I'm sorry, I'm right now looking through this, thinking what the pieces are missing. Because I miss playing chess. I can see the horse is missing. Hold on. Let me fucking make a chessboard because I actually forgot. Give me a second. Okay, I can see that the pieces that are missing are the king and the horse. Sorry, I used to play chess and this just had me thinking for a bit. I miss playing chess.
hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. Makoto, it's plain obvious that two of these are missing. Missing! There's two that are missing, Makoto. Hold on. Now that I think about it. Yeah, two are missing. I'm an idiot. Hold on, I was looking at this small map I made and I'm an idiot. Makoto, you can't be stupid. Can't you just tell me what it is?
So,
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in this outcome. Dude, I swear to God, this chapter is the one chapter where Makoto is actually an idiot. Because ain't no way you're not seeing the plain obvious. Even a first player can notice. Even a fucking baby can notice this. Ain't no way. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer! I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Her smile is back. I missed it so much. Only to a degree? You see, the couple counseling is working, you see?
hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment and confirm it. You don't mind helping me? An experiment?
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with a crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so I love... Kyoko, you make me love you even further because you're called Byakuya obnoxious. I love that. I fucking love that.
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab while I'm gone. Try to gather all of the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dusted the dustpan and got to work, collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and saw in one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen,
We're doing math now, huh? And other shit. Okay. First, let's compare the weight of two of the normal Monokuma bottles. It balanced,
in other words,
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get all of them, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is this possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The result of our experiment and the correlation balance between each of the bottles. Put it all together. And I believe you will arrive at a one very I can't spell. Conclusion. The conclusion is that it's not just the shards of one bottle there, it's the shards of two bottles. That's the conclusion. Sue me. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Now we have to examine Sakura again. That sounded wrong. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you find anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
Whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perceptibly used to. Although there are still some times... I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind. Kyoko, you can't just say that and expect us to not question it.
Hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
correct.
You see the yellow powder on her instep. Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows in the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either of them.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. I see. I can't believe she was able to learn all this just by looking at her body. Okay, can you stop saying it like that? It actually sounds kind of creepy. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Oh shit. What do you say? We're also doing the trial in this live stream? Should we also do the trial? If there's anyone else left in the stream, that is. Let me check. Look at this badge. Hold on. I'll get the answer afterwards. Hold on. Sorry, Maki. Let's go. I don't care what this bear says. Ah, I see. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make sure something happens. Okay. We're mentally prepared for this class trial. Is anyone ready? I almost said Makoto. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up. One after another. And then... Ugh. The ultimate martial artist! Why are you doing the emoticon thing? A locked room murder mystery. What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. How can you do that in the real world? Like, do you say something like, "Aw, I'm so happy, smiley face"? Something like that? Or 2 dots and a dash? Something like that? Because how does that even work? Oh, I mean, this live would have been way too short if I keep it just the investigation part. So, it would be fun, I guess.
Yes,
For
indeed.
example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. IXD. This is just plain creepy.
Well,
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative. For example, do you have 100 friends? Crying face. He's right, that does make it seem sad.
I can't wait!
Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. Dance emoticons. This is so stupid. What the hell is this? What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm actually casual.
Don't be mean.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. I'm not reading for a bit because I'm tired. Wi-Fi is a bitch. I'm not reading this whole thing. Actually, I'm not reading this. I know it feels like I'm reading some emotional speech, but it's boring, really. Why each time I look at these CGIs, it feels like they're 3D models that are just placed onto something else. I don't know why, but each time I look at them, this is how it feels like. How did... Monokuma, genuinely, how do you have the time to redecorate this room? Seriously. Who is redecorating this? Ain't no way it's Junko. Who is doing this for you, huh? Did you ask one of the remnants to do that? Just asking. Seriously, what's with this one choice? Why the Egypt thing? Why is this the theme? Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one last classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. Wow. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly loan shark. A deadly class trial. Sorry, that was stupid. Bruh. At this hour, he's playing the guitar? What the fuck, bro? Okay. Let's see. Set skills. Do we have a skill that we can put? Oh. I'm just putting on skills because why not? We have so little stuff. Ready or not? Here we go. Trial. All rise.
Let's begin.
begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. If you can
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I'll punish. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
Oh yeah, that did happen in the previous chapter.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Hold on. There we go.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. What was in Aoi's account? Aoi's account. Okay.
One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get. It was one of you killed.
And what reason did...
Because you hated her.
Is that it?
That doesn't make...
That's the only reason you have for accusing?
No, that's wrong. I won't talk much during the class trials, just so you know.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it?
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never
No, that's wrong.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean... Yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was... when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was... Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. Got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
Well, we just talked, that's all! I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostile.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
Hero, did you watch The Shining by any chance? If so, then enlighten us.
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right?
Bro, you weren't in the room when we found that. How do you know?
It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, dude.
Hero, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That sounded weird.
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it.
Alright, have fun, Maki.
I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when
I found the
it was only after the investigation had begun.
I found the magazine tucked away. When I pulled it out,
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
I'm just gonna test my theory for a bit.
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh, shit.
Shoot!
Let me listen to it one bit.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
and I can tell you it was only after the
I found the magazine tucked away on the
when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
And
I can tell you when
it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
Shit.
And I can tell you it was only after
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when
It was only after the investigation. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
What?
And I can tell you it was only after
I found the magazine
I'm
tucked
that much of
away
an
on the
idiot.
magazine shelf.
when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
No, that's wrong.
When Sakura's body was found, That magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on! You're focusing on the wrong part! Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is! Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it! And this is me talking, so you know it's true!
Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote this message. Oh shit, we're doing this. Oh, I forgot how to do this.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
Hold on, reload tab key.
Conspiracy! Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
What does the occult have to do with this?
The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
There we go.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Say what? Sorry, Hifumi is no longer here to say that.
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure. Thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end
As
everything.
soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Huh?
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying! I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hero just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
Did the quality just change? Or is it just my imagination?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer. You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it! Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay. I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
Okay, that's a good one.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf. And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Ain't no way you gotta... Okay, fine. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. don't even have to think much of on this one. It's not rocket science,
Now I
honestly.
understand. That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
Oh, it's
And
a
the
king.
piece
I
that
thought it was
inside
queen.
The broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Yeah, if you heard me say horse earlier, let me remind you that I grew up with a different translation of chess. Okay? Okay, so some of the words were different. I don't know how they're said in English. I'm mostly grown with the Romanian version. If you were confused as to why I said horse earlier.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
Do you know the way?
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
What's shogi? What's shogi anyway? Ah! Oh, okay. I know what he means. Now I know what he means.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
Oh, welcome to the stream, Annie. I just noticed that. Because for some reason my chat glitched. And welcome back, Maki.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
Is it just me or he opened his eyes and then suddenly closed them? Or is it just me?
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case. I got it! The bottle
Sorry
that was
for not
removed
saying
from the
much. I
scene
actually
was
have nothing to
used the
say right
second
now.
time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
I have no fucking clue what they did with the queen. But do they know the way? I'm sorry, I'm a dead memer.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Are you sure about that?
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
You forgot to talk about this important piece of information? Hiro, what the fuck, man?
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
That is a good line. That is actually really good.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof to show that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. Yeah. Okay, sure, why not? What? You're telling me? Okay, I'll shut up. What the heck, man? Oh, another one.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough. I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie. That's enough. It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. That's enough.
This should prove it.
Oh, now I know what it meant. Now I know. I'm an idiot.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
Did you measure her hand to know it's her hand?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Okay, that was funny.
Then you killed Sakura.
No, I swear, there's no way.
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up a...
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
And did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
No shit, Sherlock.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
You're the one to talk.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me.
If she got hit from behind, how is her wound so forward? Never mind.
When I saw all that blood, I fainted. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
You mean...
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories.
Miss Morose?
So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise.
It took me by surprise. The hatred in his eyes. Okay, I'll shut up.
I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible.
I'm on a little on show's side on one thing. Wouldn't you be scared if you were randomly picked up and see blood and a scary look? Wouldn't you also get freaked out? Genuinely asking. Just asking. No offense to Sakura, but seriously, wouldn't you?
No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
That is actually funny. Why is Byakuya suddenly funny this stream? Why is he suddenly funny? Wait, hold on, I have to check something.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on! That's... you know... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good? Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd.
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
I'm not an idiot, you are.
Your wish is my command, darling.
Ugh. Toko and Jill, I love you, but Jesus, that actually gives me the creeps. Also, didn't it say Jack a moment ago? Where am I blind?
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And
Ugh.
where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, that's wrong.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
Wait, I'm an idiot. No,
Shoot!
I'm an idiot. Hold on. Oh, here.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors.
She ain't wrong.
There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible. I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
That is actually super silly. What?
You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
I think it's
What was it that killed
Monokuma
Ogre?
file.
If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot.
No, that's wrong.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death.
he always does that. It is also referenced in Danganronpa 2 because in the funhouse there's a statue resembling Sakura and it's called an ogre statue. I think the reason he calls her that is because she's a giant and all that stuff.
In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
How did she vomit blood? That was nowhere. There was no blood other than the time she got hit in the head. Where is that? You know what? Never mind.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
But genuine question. How are these Monokuma files made? I'm asking. Because did Monokuma just come there, analyze the body, and come to the conclusion of what had happened? It can't be just the cameras, because in Danganronpa 2, it also specifies how Tuogami was killed, how sharp and deep the wound was. So there has to be something, right?
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
She's not wrong there.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
Chill, girl. I was already quiet this whole time.
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
He's not wrong.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C,
I have noticed. I have the clock right on the phone. I can tell how much time has passed.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
well, that's the question, isn't it?
To be or not to be? That is the question.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
I see.
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do is stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever. Imagine if that was actually poison.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder, which makes one wonder.
I see. Interesting. Have fun, Maki.
The poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Oh, not again. Huh. Pro. Where's the T? Where's the E? Oh. Drink. Where's the N? There.
Now I understand.
Of course you understand. You're Makoto Naegi.
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can.
Say that 10 times fast.
Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how
That's
clear
a
the
weirdly
prints were,
realistic
figuring out who
hand,
they
I just
belong to will
realized.
pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep, I did it. I killed Sakura.
That's bullshit.
Just as I suspected.
That's fucking bullshit.
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
I got it!
Why did it say Leon?
Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
The footprints must be Makoto. Are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus,
Just
Hina's been
Hina,
acting
just
strange ever
Hina.
since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
There's my wife.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves, just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
The locked room.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well,
The fear in her eyes. She knows she fucked up.
that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's...
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was.
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
Shut the fuck up, you little shit.
There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
It's called double checking. It's called double checking, you moron.
Go ahead, Hina.
You
Start from
clod.
the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Sorry for insulting Byakuya, but I'm just in the mood.
Well, right away I went to section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to section A and got the protein powder. And that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to section C to get the poison. then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A.
Sorry,
Do
Monkey.
I
I
have
just
that
can't help
correct?
myself but to make a damn joke. In a serious situation, I have to bring some smiles, you know?
Yeah.
But if that's true... Isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
Why are you calling me Big Mac?
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Shut the fuck up. Let's analyze it for a bit.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
Mm-hmm. I see.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Hold on.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
So I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Hold on. No, wrong one. Wait, let me read this again. Hold on. There was a broken bottle in front of the chem lab shelf, which was labeled Chem C4. The powder on the floor is assumed to have contained from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would have to have been spilled after the incident took place. Huh. Someone had left footprints in the powder spilled in chem lab. The footprints appeared only near the... From this, it can be assumed that the suspect only had business in this area.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where, once I was done, I put the bottle filled with the... Then I took the bottle and...
Hold on.
That's all there is.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we
Hold on, I'm an idiot. Hold on.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C.
No, that's wrong.
Wow, I'm that much of an idiot. Why it took me so long to think about this?
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice till I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well, you see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
Wait. Wait. What the hell? What's going on here? Don't tell me they reused that for Danganronpa 2. The way Togami just said it is the exact same way Tuogami said it in Danganronpa 2 when he found Nagito. They reused that. Not gonna lie, I admire that.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Huh? A piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
I love how smug she is. I adore her.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Kyoko, I love you, but why do I have to explain it? You know that I'm already an idiot.
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us, I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
You just realized?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
The world is spinning too fast. No, Byakuya, we're not moving too fast. You're just too slow.
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
I find it funny how angry Byakuya is. He's never this angry.
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
I love how angry he is. It's so hilarious.
When it comes to that protein
Byakuya,
can,
you call us idiots when
there's
you're
not
an
a
idiot
doubt in my
yourself.
mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was
No, that's wrong.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
You call us idiots when you're an even bigger idiot, idiot.
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation.
It's funny to see Byakuya finally breaking. Nice. This is satisfying.
Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Ah, you're finally being polite. I appreciate it a lot.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Oh, third time's the charm.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof, Sakura?
This should prove it. Did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because...
Aoi, don't you dare start to copy Celeste.
Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her. Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it.
Yeah, okay, I'll stop making jokes because this is already too fucked up.
But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room. I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Ogre? Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed. I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. We have to end this properly.
In style. Oh, we're finally where we needed. Oh, this is the queen one. Hold on. Wait, this is the wrong one. I think this is the one where she hid. Or no, I don't even know. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay. This one goes here. And this one goes here. This one goes here. This one goes here. No. Wait. Oh. And then... Let's, hold on. Let's see.
Here's exactly what happened. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves.
Why is Makoto taller in that image? Why is he the same height as Hiro? Makoto is a fucking short king. Also, why is it suddenly showing Aoi's hand instead of the gray person? Did they forget about that?
In an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion, and the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
Fuck yeah.
That's the full truth of the case.
Hina, don't cry. Please.
Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Because you're an idiot. You're the thing that you have claimed us to be.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Kyoko, I fucking love you, and I will always say that. I admire you a lot. And this just further proves it. Okay, the results are... What did I get? What did I get? Hey! Only 97? Brother! Come on!
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
It surprises me that you had shut up this whole time. You usually talk. You know that? Unless the mastermind was doing something in the meantime, if you know what I mean. We all know what comes in the moment. We know who gets executed. And that's probably why Monokuma was so quiet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot?
Honestly, I forgot you existed, so...
I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
You sound off. Why did it show? Oh, I just realized that Monokuma is also an option in this. What the hell? Unless I'm blind.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My
Okay,
entire
we're done here.
existence.
What
So,
did you say?
That's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to life, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her in a corner. You all killed her. So that's why
You should have
I
been the
couldn't
one
let
to
her
die.
be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you. We had to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. For serious? That's...
What is
You
this?
still don't understand. Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No,
You tried to protect me, but because of me,
I can't
my
forgive
closest
this.
friend got hurt. Sakura,
I...
because of me, my friends are all gonna kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't! Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But,
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you once, even you...
Hina.
Please don't think of the things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Sakura. clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings, and you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was? Seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you've pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait right here. I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by that time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in! Please open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina, we killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to let us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her from her regrets. But even that got out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry that I tried to make the emotions as real as possible. I'm not a voice actor, and I really wanted to have a little fun acting. I'm sorry to interrupt right now when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course, I know what she was thinking because her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is this?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But he's already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's
This is
true.
one Sakura dressed to Hina and put it in her room.
Huh?
Then you lied to me? Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit. I can't help it if you totally took my little scramble at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if that will had factored in, it still wouldn't been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene. Cut.
And
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey,
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who come up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
but hold
And
on.
isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Give me the wiles! I just imagine Junko saying these, and this is why I'm acting dramatic.
enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes,
Okay,
indeed.
okay, jeez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Ahem! I'm reading this with Sakura's voice because I can't do this voice. My dear friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched it over 3,000 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life,
300, Jesus.
I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, this was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At this point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying to so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I decided to do as the Mastermind had commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demanded that I killed someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict amongst you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
Bro. No, I'm gonna cry. I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong, too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I want you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully, then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still.
What are you gonna
But
do?
in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other. But you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit that big one.
Too bad.
She deserved all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead. She deserves it. Now then, next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with the fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else. What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right on that. Lovely Byakuya, you understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear from this game.
Don't make me repeat
There's no
myself.
point in participating in a game which has lost the sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it. Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does that mean... Ah, I see. You have lost a lot, Maki, and I mean it. You lost a lot. Why is my brother playing Black Desert online at this moment? Lamau. You have lost a lot. Damn, and my acting was pointless. Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtfulness, sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Whatever master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey.
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death has no meaning? How boring. But nothing good has come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
what the
The
heck?
fun time? Anyway, let's forget about the good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to
It's the
punish
moment
you
you've all
guys?
been waiting for. Punishment time. Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no! Just because a Blacken is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever's old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about bare times one rule.
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'll be a shame to let it go to waste. So, for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. Special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got.
Let me just, Bro, you were fucking brutal on that one. What the fuck, man? I forgot forgot that this execution was technically way brutal than I expected. You could have seen Alter Ego wincing in pain. Like, he was actually in pain. Like, what the hell? You suck, man! You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk! Phew, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-working grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at. I realize how dangerous it could be, but still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but still. When I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I wouldn't be afraid. Alter Ego's words rang through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend! How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. And you killed him. It is what you call animism, where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops. Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. He was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I
So
thought.
you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all gonna play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew? And you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in the laptop, it was, I guess you can call it a gift. From me to you. Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course I didn't care if you got access to it, that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal. So I had to do a little, reinformating.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted us to fight. He wanted to help at the risk of his own. And for that, he was killed? Yeah, the punishment time had made me feel a billion times better.
very
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing, it makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who died so far, the death of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, just unreasonably upset.
well.
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that,
Uh-huh.
I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Oh god, Hina is still crying. Dude. Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go.
Hello.
Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully, it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Whoopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory. Technically speaking, we are already old players, and we already know what happens, so who gives a shit?
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even freaking know, huh?
You guys.
That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like, I never let any of you greasy balls have it. But...
Too bad.
Sucks for you, loser. You're the loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, bastard. No matter what, and that's seriously it. Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die? She'll fight you? Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead muscle head has to say?
Well.
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. And you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. This long thinking hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. What was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve this mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that too, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo,
So the class trial is over and Monokuma is gone.
but
So now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up?
um.
Oh yeah, okay, let's get out of here. But, Okay, good night, Maki. The stream is about to be over anyway. You're gonna lose the Mukuro Ikusaba bit. Hina must really feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. That kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make the last one? I haven't reached the point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try. That totally wasn't normal, right? Did you just capture his flag?
No, 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 no!
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master.
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening. Why would I even go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball. 'Cause you are. Sleazeball. Apparently you still have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends. Oh!
No, 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 no!
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I wanna... Okay, shut up. I guess it's not easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so Sakura's class trial came to an end and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms and before long, night snuck up on us. Can we skip this, please? Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep, but the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. What? Keep up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me out from deep slumber into hazy half consciousness. My eyelids were like lead.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door... It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey,
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered, "Aho." The date centered on the fourth floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Data. Bleh. I'm an idiot. What the? Her words reverberated throughout my half-dazed head. The data center? But I thought it was locked. I made my way into the half hours and headed for the data center on the fourth floor. Eventually I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? I put my hand to the door and with a certain amount of force. It didn't open. I tried again, but it must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the fourth floor?
What's this?
Oh, what are you doing up, mister? Ugh! Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Oh, well, You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust it yet, right? But... I can see that, you dolt! Don't waste my time telling me crap I can't see for myself! It looked like you might break it in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko? Now you too? Whatever, the two of you, just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey.
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay. Yeah. Go on. Get out of here. Shoo. So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So, goodbye. Hold on! Listen, what was all of that about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked. And then she shows up late and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all of that?
Whew.
Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, but just like always, but... Oh, here comes the moment. Here comes the moment.
Goodbye.
Well then, goodbyes. Sure. But then, that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
What? Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Ooh, that was a woozy! All-star apologies. That was a bit of a newsie. Huh, like that. To be continued. Oof. You received the altar lamp present.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
We're going back next time. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, okay. Hit me in the gut where you put Sakura next to Makoto. Hit me in the gut. Woo! Well, that was the live stream for today. Thanks for you all having me here, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Well, see you bright stars next time. Bye-bye!